you are bridging yourself into. Here's a tool. I love this tool, okay? I call it the go-to thought. I also talk about the concept of putting something in your back pocket. It's a term we use in the US. My mother always says, well, put it in your back pocket in case you ever need it. Some people will say, it's good to have it under your belt. That's another term. But you can use whatever phrase you like, but you want to have a go-to thought. What is that? So when you're in a space where some thought is coming in that connects you to maybe a uncomfortable experience you are repeating, a cycle behavior or whatever, you can go to that back pocket or under your belt and get that go-to thought out. And you could have a couple go-to thoughts. And people say, well, what do you use? Give me an example. When I was beginning this, my go-to thought was the joy I felt when I was playing with my kids. And you say, well, that's kind of weird, though. You're in the middle of the day, you're having this experience space, and you're just going to start thinking about your kids? Yeah, I did. That was one of my go-to thoughts. Why? Because everything is energy. Every thought is an energetic connection point, a signature you're signing to the universe, and it's going to say yes to you, remember? So I went to a thought that said, I am so happy. I am so grateful. I am so filled with love. Because that thought of playing with my kids, I would envision playing with my kids laughing, me laughing. Are you with me? Does it make sense to you? All right, so you're going to have a go-to thought, and you can put it in your back pocket or under your belt or both. All right, now remember, focus is everything. So even if you believe a space you are experiencing is difficult or bad, stop your focus. Because if you're having the thought or the feeling, and I mean, I've had them, I've had, all kinds of spaces, and you learn to just say, stop. Stop right there, thought process. Stop right there, heart. Stop right there, feelings. Hold on a minute. Let me get aware. Let me start observing, and let me redirect accordingly. You're the one having the space, so become the master of it, okay? It's called self-mastery for a reason. Because you're mastering the self. You're mastering where that focus is going and what you're allowing it to do and focus on. So even if you believe you're experiencing something difficult or bad, stop that focus and then redirect the thought. Pull that thought out of that back pocket, that go-to thought. Redirect. Can't tell you. I thought at one point I sounded like a parrot in my own head, because I would have a day or two where it would get a little crazy, and I would be like, redirect, And so, maybe that'll be somebody's go-to thought. They'll remember me parrot talking, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. Start laughing again, start smiling again, start letting yourself have fun with it again. Life itself. All right, now, allow yourself to be more. That's another really big component of engaging your power. You have to be open to being more. Are you ready? I mean, because some people say, oh, I really want to be financially free, or I really want to be in a great relationship, or I really want to have good health and have, a balanced life. And I believe that a big part of them does, but sometimes, some cases, you have to get really honest with yourself. Are you ready to stop being who you are, as in this story or this space of separation that you have been living, to bring yourself to remembrance, or are you ready to leave it? Yeah. And are you ready to step into an entirely new you? And it takes that space of taking a breath and going, okay, fine, I'll jump. And sometimes that can be scary because you know how to be what you've been. So you have to have that trust level in yourself and in the universe, in your team of light, in the divine itself, that you're going to be okay. You're going to be even better than okay. Just step through the door, leave the old room, and enter in the new one.